Hello, so we're back in the National Library of Riga, and with me is Antonio Franchi from the ESA, the European Space Agency, and you're a visitor and speaker of the DSS IT Security Conference. What did you bring here?
Thank you very much. So I bring here a new initiative that we're launching on satellite and 5G. My main reason to be here is to communicate to the Baltic countries, to Latvia, Estonia, and Lithuania, but also to all the other European countries that satellite is a very important element for 5G. And 5G is very important for satellites. So I'm here to advocate that satellite should be present in the future revolution that 5G will bring with itself.
And we had a little chat yesterday already, so you said that there's other parties coming to the scene regarding 5G. Can you tell us a little bit more about it? Who are they? Startups? Other companies?
Sure, thank you very much. It's a very good question, very broad question. 5G is a huge revolution of telecommunication, which brings along all kinds of different industrial partners, starting from the vertical markets, the industry, but also the vendor network and the mobile network operator vendor. From our point of view, satellite is very important. What we have done as a first step is bring together the satellite operators. So as part of our Satellite for 5G initiative, we have more than 15 satellite operators, both geostationary satellite and non-geostationary operators, which are very keen to be part of this 5G revolution. So we have reunited the satellite community in order to bring one voice to offer satellite as one integral component of terrestrial 5G.
And if we're looking at the IoT revolution that will require 5G, what are the topics that make you most nervous?
Yes, the Internet of Things is one of the big vertices of a 5G triangle, the other one being broadband and the other one being the ultra-reliable low-latency communication. The IoT, the machine-to-machine communication, is a very, very big challenge for everybody, but also a huge, huge opportunity. Satellite can play a fundamental role in the Internet of Things, both in terms of resilience and integrity and data protection, but also being able to cater for a huge number of sensors localized in very, very close areas. And the network needs to be capable to scale and respond in a very secure, scalable way to the more and more demand of machine-to-machine Internet of Things. And again, satellite is already very present in the Internet of Things field, but the field is evolving and more integrated solutions are required, so the Internet of Things scale on a global scale and becomes pervasive everywhere. And the combination, the integration between terrestrial network and satellite network will make sure that the Internet of Things finally takes off and becomes one of the dominant factors of the Internet of Things.
And what are the other topics at this conference so far that you have attended sessions that have raised your interest?
Of course, the whole topic of cybersecurity is fundamental. It's very, very interesting. I was particularly impressed by the way that the organizer have matched an opening ceremony with Latvian very suasive, very warm voices, together with the hacking on the other hand, showing that this dual reality and dual aspects of folkloristic people together with security. And it's very interesting how both things have been brought together. The hacking of democracies, which was the opening keynote from the NATO colleague, that was very, very interesting as well. And it shows that cybersecurity is not it's not an industrial issue, it's not a company issue, but it's really a country and inter-country. It's a global issue that needs to be dealt by bringing all together in a cooperative way, which is exactly what we're trying to do by bringing together, at least from our point of view, the terrestrial community with the satellite community.
So what places of Riga have you been able to see, if any, when you come here?
A very good question, not very much. As you know, in this event, it's all about work, work, work. But I was lucky enough to have a nice walk in town last night, and I saw the St. Peter Church, which is very interesting basilica. I had a quick glance at the Freedom Monument of Riga, which is very interesting, and a very, very nice drink at the Jazz Cafe downtown.
Okay, one last question. What would be your recommendation for people to attend this conference next year?
For me, it was an eye-opener. I'm really glad that I was invited by the organizer. Very happy that we had the conference, this fantastic venue, which is the National Latvia Library. And I think this is a very, very, very important, very large-scale operation. I will look forward to be here perhaps next year. And it's an integration point where different specialities and skills get together. So maybe keep expanding not only on the cybersecurity, but more in general, moving on to this follow-up this up-and-coming 5G revolution. So more about 5G, where cybersecurity is one element, but perhaps there are other elements as well that we